I'm Professor Emeritus at the Rochester Institute of Technology. I started in the industry in 1959, working for a company called the Mergenthaler Linotype Company. In fact, my last book was the history of that company, and it's about 500 pages. I've written 59 books all about the industry. I attend every trade show that I can, every seminar that I can. Yes, well, because Kodak was there and Xerox was there. Yes, all of them have me come in under non-disclosure to see what they're doing. And I'm one of the few people in the industry that does not consult for companies. So therefore, I'm neutral. Well, some of it I remember and some of it I have to go back and read again. As you get to my age, it's a very selective memory. I can remember the history of things better than anyone, so I know the past, and I keep track of what's going to happen in the future. Yeah. So many of my seminars are the future of printing, the future of technology, where we're going. And again, I can draw the parallels between how we developed it and how we evolved. No, I think someday all the printers in the world will hire a robot to go back in time and kill the guy who invented the internet. So as technology evolves, some things are pushed away and some things grow. And so the companies who use the internet intelligently stayed in business and prospered. But those who fought it lost. And so we lost half the printers in America. Go with it, figure out how to work it with printing. So some companies did, like Vistaprint and Mimeo.com. Almost every printer could do what they did, even on a small scale. But they thought that printing would always come back, and it did not. That is right. And that's why my seminar here, in fact, we gave out a book that my student and I wrote, was how we're going to make money in 3D printing, printed electronics. I'm trying to get the industry to look ahead and figure out how to make money with these new approaches. Because many printers will say, oh no, it's not printing. And yet I say to them, go back to 1997. Wide format was just introduced. And wide format inkjet is the thing that has kept many printers in business. But no one predicted that it would be a major market. It's going to be very hard to compete with commodity products with the online companies. I mean, they've got the equipment and the workflow to handle. I mean, to get 500 business cards for what, $10? I mean, it's very hard for anyone to compete with that. So again, printers will get out of the commodity business and go into the more lucrative areas. And I think the way they will do that is by adding value to print. Foil stamping, embossing, die cutting, and I think that will be their advantage. Now, maybe the online people will do that over time, but there's always a market for new stuff, and that's what printers have to look for. Again, I'm trying to educate the industry where we're going. Yeah. Again, if you think about it, no one ever predicted the new things that have happened. And when they came out, printers then said, oh no, that's not a market, and yet they became very lucrative markets. When Benny first came out with the Indigo machine in 1993, everyone said that it would never do anything. And look at HP, they were the biggest exhibitor at Drupa. And he's put a lot of his own money into this new company. The product is almost ready for prime time, but there are issues he's dealing with it. And he got burned the first time in '93 because there were issues and quality problems. But he shipped the machines early, and so he suffered a little bit at the beginning. And yet, most of the people who have ordered his new machine were the early users of Indigo. And the reason is they made a lot of money with Indigo. They figure Benny's going to do it again. So of all the people who put money down on the new machine, not one has asked for their money back, even though it's now 4 years. And again, Indigo took years to get where it was, but it changed the industry. It was the first major color printer. Well, the big challenge has been producing a digital machine that does what a traditional offset press does. The major machine that Heidelberg introduced at Drupa was actually a digital sheet-fed machine made by Fuji. The problem is, at the beginning, Heidelberg could not accept all this because the quality was not their quality. They don't understand that there are markets for something less than that as well. And so as a result, they never got involved in new technology properly. And so they lost that entire opportunity, as did many of the other offset press companies. I think Skodex, Hicon, many of the new companies are doing things that are absolutely amazing.
So amazing.
The laser die cutting from Hicon is beautiful. The Skodex stuff adds phenomenal value. Now, what's going to happen is they will grow, and now the industry will be doing that. What's the next thing? Because I'm always, where are we going next? One of the things I show in my seminar is an ad from 1991 for Radio Shack. And it lists all these devices, cell phone, computer, game machine, etc. Every one of the things on that list, I do on my phone. That was several $1,000s of equipment, and it's all gone. And so I tell my students, whatever I teach you will be obsolete by the time you graduate. So what I'm teaching you is how to deal with change, how to look at it, how to predict it, how to grow with it, because that's what you're learning.